Okay, hello everyone. We're going to try this again. The internet up here is acting a little funky. Could be the storm that happened last night. Anyways, I wanted to pick up where I left off yesterday because I did get cut off in the middle of my live, and hopefully I won't get cut off again today. So yesterday was a really interesting day. I had shared with you yesterday that my emotions have, they've really stabilized. I feel like more myself than ever. And yesterday I had a really incredible day as far as the pain went for a little while. What I found really interesting and what I have been questioning is what part of this physical pain is related to how I am being, how I am relating to myself and to the world as I move through this reality. Right? So yesterday I felt like, upon reflecting on yesterday, I felt like I really lied to myself. I was outside. I was raking the lawn, which I haven't been able to move like that in a long time. I was outside with my kids, and I was like telling myself, "Oh, this is so fun. This is so great. Look at me. I'm doing all this stuff." That there was some accuracy to that. But when I really look back on yesterday and how I was being in an old way of being. The way of being that I feel like is part of what this Hashimoto's is showing me. So that the old way of being is like when I would take on anything, and I say would because I'm not up to operating like this anymore. But when I would take on anything, I would do it with such intensity. It's like somehow there's like a race against the clock. It's like I got to do it. I got to get it done now. I got to get it done perfectly. Even when it came to raking the freaking lawn, like I really was like, part of me was in the observer mode yesterday. I was observing myself moving through space, and I was looking at that like 3D human. There's that person that's like telling myself, one, that, oh, this is great, look at me, and that's accurate. And then there's also the other aspect of that human self that is trying to come about everything from such a masculine based, like A to B, got to do, got to get it done fast. And there's a race against time. And I feel like in so many ways, I have operated like that for a big portion of my life. And what this is showing me right now is that there's another way to do the same exact thing, right? It's like, Kaleo and I were talking about it yesterday. It's like, you can pay for something through currency, right? And you can get the same thing. Say you're buying a car, right? Okay, so you can pay for the car with dollars. You could pay with pounds. You could pay with pesos. You could pay with a checkbook, credit cards. There's different ways to pay for things. There's different currencies that you use, and each currency is different, but it's going to get you the same result. Right? It's going to get you the car, if that's what you're buying, right? The currency is going to get you the same result. So I was thinking about the word currency, and I was thinking about the currents that run through my body, and how for so long, the current that runs through my body that wants to get the result that I'm looking for is coming from this space of like intensity and almost like there's a little bit of like aggressiveness, right? Aggressiveness with myself, and like a sense of hurry and rush and a little anxiety in there, right? And so there's that current that runs through my body as I'm doing something. Now I can have the exact same results, but running with a different current going through my body, right? A different energetic beingness that is running through my body. So I can do the same job, the same thing, coming from a space of ease, coming from a space of peace, coming from a space of presence, like not that like racing against the clock. It's like it's now, it's enjoying this. It's more of a feminine, there's like an allowing space to it. There's a sense of like, it's already been done. It's already been done. I'm just moving through and aligning with what's already been done. You know, there's a whole different way to relate to myself and the world as I move through space, as I move through the world. And like raking the lawn, it seems like such a silly little thing, but I was really observing the way that I was doing it. And I really feel like so a few hours after that, the pain came back into my body. Like I was like almost pain-free, and then the pain came back into my body. And I thought, I wonder if this pain that I am experiencing right now is the physical manifestation of that old way of being. Like if I were to describe what my body feels like the angst, the like kind of stuck, that pain that I'm experiencing in my body, it's very parallel to that emotional state of like, oh, rush, do, gotta get it done. Just a roughness, kind of a harshness to it. So I feel like there's something there. I feel like this is a time and a space, right in this moment of where we are collectively in the human consciousness. I feel like we are all being asked, how are we being as we move through space? How are we being, and how do we want to be as we move through space, right? Because like I've mentioned before, we're going through a consciousness shift. We recognize that, right? And our bodies are learning, we are learning a new way of being in order to step into this beautiful magnificence of what's ahead. And we're learning, and we have to step into, I have to step into a brand new way of relating to myself and the world in order to really hold the light that is coming into this being, into all of our beings, right? And so it's just really interesting, it's like I feel like there's a part of me yesterday that I was just kind of lying to myself. I wasn't necessarily really, once I would catch myself being the witness, being the observer of that rushed kind of state, but then I would flip the switch and like tell myself a lie, like, oh, look at you, this is so awesome, you're moving and this is so fun. And in actuality, I mean, there's some truth to that, But in actuality, that wasn't my experience. That wasn't my experience yesterday as I was raking those leaves. It was more coming from that rushed way of being. And like I said, I just feel like this is very parallel to the pain that I'm experiencing in my body. And I don't think there's any accident to the fact that after that whole occurrence happened, about an hour or two later, the pain was totally back. And I feel like my body's like, we're just gonna keep running you through this until you actually learn to relate to yourself and the world in a different way, coming from that space of ease, coming from that space of really, letting go of the concept of time, or that there's like a rush or a race to get this, to get whatever it is that we're here to accomplish done. So, I just wanted to bring that back up because I'm like I said, I'm using this as like a video diary, really, and I want to be as honest as I can as to what is happening here. The other part of it too that I feel like I have to mention, just to have this on record, is that on Halloween night, I took an ibuprofen so I could take my kids trick-or-treating. And, that could be another aspect of it too. I mean, it was like 24 hours later, but it could be that the ibuprofen wore off as well. And that could be another aspect of it. But I feel like, there's so many different facets to this. There's so many different facets to why things are created in the first place, and how to heal them. There's mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, all of it. And I feel like I was talking to a friend today. I feel like that whatever that thing is for you, whatever that little thorn in your side, that issue, that maybe kind of a repetitive issue, something that has continuously popped up in your life. I feel like this is the time that it's surfacing fully, so light can be shed on it, and we can heal. I feel like this is like a collective purge that we're all going through, and while we're going through it, it's not fun. It's it's just, maybe it is for somebody, but it's not always fun. As you're going through the more painful, challenging aspects of your life. And I just want everyone to know that we are in this together. We're in this together. So one thing that's been very healing for me is just to share what's real, just to share what's really going on. And it doesn't have to be on social media. It can be just with friends and or family members or anybody, but just to really get an honest look and not keep it to yourself. Get an honest look as to what's going on, because I think for so many of us, this is like the grand finale on the big pains, the grand finale on that thing, so we can get it just healed, released from our mind, body, soul, and really move on to the next phase of our beingness. So with that said, everyone, have a beautiful rest of your day, and I love you. Bye.